Zone 6, nigga. Pirate, whipper. Pirate.
Hello and welcome to the NBA playoffs on 2K Sports. The fight for dominance in the West continues tonight. It's Game 2 of the Conference Finals. Hi everyone, this is Brian Anderson at the table along with Grant Hill and Brent Barry. Allie LaForce joins us from the sidelines.
It really is. I mean, there's always the risk of guys getting hurt throughout the season. So the teams know the value of having a very deep rotation, and they make the most of their bench, which is smart.
Randall, a screen on Gilgeous-Alexander. Conley finds Randall. Rejected by Holmgren.
You can't forget about Holmgren's reach, especially when he's nearby on defense.
Here's Williams. And he tries it off the glass, but it's no good. And here's Edwards outside. Oklahoma City grabs the miss. Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
Mark Dagnall gave me a few minutes to catch up with him. He was emphatic, saying that Edwards was their main concern, telling me Anthony poses problems on both sides of the ball, and he is relentless. He doesn't let up. He wants his guys to match Edwards' energy.
Thank you for that, Allie. Now here's Edwards. Off target with the three.
And he probably thought he was going to bury that one.
And last season, Brent, many believe that SGA was deserving of the MVP award.
Well, he made such a strong case, BA. I mean, finishing in the top 3, that is remarkable. He led that young Thunder team, again, to the #1 seed in the Western Conference and averaged 36 and 5. He also led the league at 2 steals per game. What a season. Excellent shot from SGA. I like seeing him shake loose in the mid-range.
Outside Edwards. Gobert with a screen on Dort to the middle. Tipped. To the inside. And the big finish by Holmgren.
Yeah, the defense making it way too easy for Holmgren. Gotta push him farther out than this.
Gobert with a screen on Gilgeous-Alexander. Conley on the attack. For 3, Randall. And the three-pointer goes.
And that's what they want to do. Get him open looks early.
For Oklahoma City, they've gone just 2 for 4 from the floor. Williams on the wing. Right side, Gilgeous-Alexander. Really left him alone that time.
Oh, that jumper so pure. Gilgeous-Alexander with great confidence.
And Chris Finch has called timeout. He wants to make sure everybody's on the same page.
It's time for the dance cam. If you see yourself on the big screen and you know what to do, jump to the...
Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far. Edwards, the pass to McDaniels. Pass to Gobert. Outside Conley. 6 on the shot clock. Three-pointer, no good.
Yeah, no, he usually makes you pay from that range.
Williams with it, and it's Gobert picking him up. Gilgeous-Alexander against Conley. Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Hartenstein, and he floats it in for the easy 2. Credit the sweet setup on that one.
Well, a solid facilitator that helps that the defense thinks that Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is going to shoot and not pass.
Pass to Gobert. Williams against McDaniels. here's Conley. The D's right on him. Good work defensively by Gilgeous-Alexander. Grant, they could attempt a 2 for 1 here.
They could. The key here is a good look.
And Gobert with a block.
Well, Rudy loves erasing shots. Every chance he gets, he'll take a swipe at you.
Just a superb read on defense to come up with the block.
Oh, you could feel the playoff intensity in that block. He's playing some extra aggressive defense out there.
A big group substitution here for Oklahoma City. Williams is checked in for Hartenstein. Wiggins comes in for Holmgren. Wallace, he's checked in for Dort. And it's Caruso in for Gilgeous-Alexander. And Minnesota will go for a different look here. Reed's checked in for Gobert. Clark comes in for McDaniels. Alexander Walker, he's checked in for Anthony Edwards. And it's DiVincenzo in for Mike Conley. Now here's Caruso. Outside, Williams. Three-pointer. Wiggins, no good. Timberwolves trail by 5. DiVincenzo finds Randall. From 11 feet away, another miss by Minnesota. But if it goes, and that does it for the first quarter. Oklahoma City ahead. They're up by 5. Stay with us now as we get set to bring you quarter number 2 after this. Glad to have you with us as we return to the action here in the Western Conference Finals. And for the Thunder guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
We all know good ball movement is what most coaches harp on, and their passing's been excellent so far.
Well, everybody just feeling the energy of the basketball as they moved it around, and lots of hands were touching it.
Now here's Wallace, guarded by Edwards. Wallace, the pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. And he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up. And over the last few years, SGA has emerged as an all-NBA level player, Brent. What's been the key to his success?
I think the key, BA, to him is his confidence. I think that he feels like he is overlooked on a nightly basis and does not get the respect he deserves. So he comes in with that chip on his shoulder, and he plays the entire game coming at any defense that people throw at him.
Well, Grant, you played on some very tight-knit teams. Talk to us about chemistry.
Well, BA, you know, in some sports, chemistry is not a big issue, but in basketball, it is huge. You have to trust and believe in your teammates, and it has to be a unit, not 5 separate individuals.
Both free throws good from Gilgeous-Alexander.
It's not luck that he's so steady at the line. It's through repetition and hard work.
Outside Reed. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws.
And even from where we're sitting, you could clearly tell it was a foul.
Minnesota shooting their first free throws. First trip to the line in this one.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And that one falls for Reed. Garza's checked in for the Timberwolves. So Reed nails them both. Oklahoma City leading by 5. Outside Gilgeous-Alexander. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting. It's on Dante DiVincenzo.
Gilgeous-Alexander can hit you with a lot of moves. Tricky to defend.
Oklahoma City shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game. That free throw good from Gilgeous-Alexander.
You know, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has so many of the qualities that you want in a leader. He fights, he's energetic, he's a team-first guy, and he just looks for ways to get his guys fired up.
Ingles, he's checked in for the Timberwolves. And good on the second, so he makes them both. Timberwolves trail by 7. Outside, DiVincenzo. Outside, Edwards. Reed in the post. Williams defending. 6 to shoot. The Timberwolves need to get off a shot here. Here's DiVincenzo. And that one no good to start off tonight. Oklahoma City leading by 7. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. And here is Williams. And that comes off the assist by Gilgeous-Alexander. Williams has gotten himself on the board with a 3 there. And Chris Finch has called timeout. And we might see some changes. Coach potentially looking to adjust. Hartenstein, he's checked in for Oklahoma City. Lou Dort comes in for Wallace. Rudy Gobert is checked in for Minnesota. Conley comes in for DiVincenzo. Conley against Gilgeous-Alexander. Reed, a screen on Dort. Edwards looking for an opening. And we're a little over a minute and a half into the second quarter. Can't hit from in close. From undrafted to a key rotational player. Lou Dort's story is definitely inspirational, Brent.
This guy has worked so hard to make himself into an NBA player. But I will tell you this, B.A., he's never not believed that he wasn't one. And Luguentz Dort continues to make improvements, and the guys on the team love the way he approaches it.
Minnesota with the ball, following the bucket by the Thunder to halt the run. And Edwards slams it in.
Oh my, Edwards looking to demoralize the defense a little with that one.
.149 left in the first half. Pass to Hartenstein. Wiggins outside. Now here's Caruso. Covered by Alexander Walker. Now here's Hartenstein. From downtown. Reed with the rebound. And here's Conley. No points yet. And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second. Reed, a screen on Gilgeous-Alexander. Shot clock at 6. Conley passes to Reed. Takes the 3. That one is off. And it's Caruso with the ball for OKC. And Conley grabs the miss. Timberwolves trail by 10. Inside, here's Gobert. And Gobert with the stuff.
When Gobert is close like that, you know he's going to try and ram it through.
Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Hartenstein. Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. Up and over Conley. And Gilgeous-Alexander missing. The Timberwolves have gotten 2 of 5 shots to fall this second quarter. Oh, and Gobert powers it home.
There are only a few players who can hit a teammate like that in stride. Beautiful assist.
Hartenstein with a screen on Edwards. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Count it. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 8 points here in the quarter. What a performance for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. He has been the story for Oklahoma City. 8 points in the quarter, showing how effective he can be. We'll be right back.
Fans, please direct your attention to center court and get ready for the fan half-court shot. Give me a beat. shot. Give it up for the participant.
Welcome in, everybody. Game 2, and it's looking pretty good right now for the Oklahoma City Thunder.
They're playing the way they're supposed to. Run the offense until you get a good look. Not complicated at all.
I disagree.
And looking at where the Thunder stand in the series, they were able to hold serve in Game 1, but they'll need that same effort to make the most of their home court edge.
Yeah, don't get comfortable. It's only one game. And it was a game that they...
Glad you could join us. Brian Anderson and crew are ready to take it away for the start of the third quarter.
And let's get you back to the action as Game 2 is getting underway. You know, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has been exceptional here, guys.
Yeah, he played such a smart first half, maximizing his opportunities offensively.
Yeah, I'm thinking back to the first half and wondering, did he take a low percentage shot? Everything efficient.
Thunder leading by 8. Oh, the determination from Gilgeous-Alexander.
Gilgeous-Alexander is such a tough cover, especially at his size.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Well, the Timberwolves are one of the biggest teams in the association, and Coach Chris Finch said, quote, "That's how we're built. It's part of our identity. That's what we have to lean into. We want to be big at the rim and force our size on opponents." Brian, he loves to see other teams hesitant to venture into the paint.
Hearing footsteps, right? Allie, thanks. We see a young player as efficient as Jalen Williams, Brent.
Yeah, it's been remarkable, especially when you factor in that this guy is relied on for a lot of shooting. His shooting volume is very high. This is a blossoming star for this team, and I'm not sure we could put a ceiling on what that potential is.
Gilgeous-Alexander feeling it out a bit. Double team on Gilgeous-Alexander. Williams from long range. That one's good. And so Gilgeous-Alexander with the assist. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 3 assists now in this one. And Chris Finch calls timeout here. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over. And if you're just joining us, we've played just over a minute here in the third. Conley against Gilgeous-Alexander. Gobert with a screen on Gilgeous-Alexander. Down low, looking to win the run. And Gobert with the stuff.
And just so mobile at his size. Once Gobert sets the screen, he rolls hard to the right spot.
Hardenstein passes to Williams. From outside, off the mark.
That's exactly how you have to defend him on the perimeter. Can't allow any space.
Here's Randall. And there are the Timberwolves with another bucket.
Impactful when Randall can get out wide and run like that in the fast break.
Outside, Williams. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. SGA using that size.
And just executing at a high level. I mean, taking what the defense allows and putting in the work.
Basketball IQ is something that gets talked about, but its importance to a team showing up here, running plays that turn into scores.
Holmgren against Randall. Clock at 4. Shoots over Holmgren. Randall can't hit.
Practically a block. Good, strong challenge.
Yeah, altering the shot just as long as there's a miss, that kind of energy not wasted.
Oh, not the defensive effort they need to cut into the lead.
Boy, good call. You have to at least try to protect the rim.
Good job to recognize the opportunity. It's just very solid offense.
Here's Conley after the basket by Oklahoma City. Oh, a clear foul there on the missed shot. So he'll get a pair at the line.
You know, a reliable veteran like Julius Randle is so valuable. He provides a foundation for everyone else to play off of because they know he'll be there to score and help out. He makes it easier for other players to succeed around him.
First free throw is good. It's hard to believe now, but Julius Randle has been in the league over a decade now, Brent.
Yeah, it's been an interesting ride for Julius Randle. A lot of different roles, but he's evolved his game quite a bit. Some he's done himself, and then guys have adjusted around the way that he has been a leader, a scorer, a rebounder, a presence. Julius Randle continues to impress and make strides.
And Randle drops them both.
Makes it pretty tough on the defense. Who you're going to pick to send to the free throw line. And he's hitting the free throws right now. Form looks good.
Third quarter of basketball here. A little under 3.5 minutes gone by. Here's Reed. A slam dunk by Reed.
Now, B.A., you know they would love for him to get more of those opportunities.
Well, that would cut into the deficit quickly if he does. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. He shoots over DiVincenzo. Gilgeous-Alexander no good.
He wanted to keep that shot from getting blocked, but in the process, he gave it no chance of going in because of how unbalanced he was on the fade.
Minnesota shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
Shooting for Minnesota, Dante DiVincenzo. 2 shots.
And he can't get the first one.
DiVincenzo coming into the league wanting to prove that he belongs. He's done more than that. It's about building his confidence now.
The second free throw is good. There's 10 seconds left to play in the third quarter. Wallace outside. Shoots over DiVincenzo. And so it's the Oklahoma City Thunder ending the quarter up 10. They've had incredible success defensively, taking away good looks and pressuring shooters. All right, stick around. We'll be right back after this.
This is the definition of team chemistry. I love to see this kind of communication and connection between teammates leading to the perfect pass.
The coaches talk about it all the time, but to be able to play with that kind of feel, nice play, collaborating, improvising, and organic.
The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us.
And a slick play called by Edwards, creating space for himself to operate.
Now here's Caruso. Outside Gilgeous-Alexander. Clock at 6. Good work defensively by DiVincenzo.
There's a little bit of pressure on him, but not enough to cause him to miss a shot that's in that close.
To the middle. It's Edwards on the wing. Watched by Wallace. And he was was camped in the lane there. He gets a 3-second call. And a new group getting ready for Oklahoma City. Hartenstein, he's checked in for Williams. Holmgren comes in for Wiggins. Williams is checked in for Caruso. And it's Dort in for Wallace. And a new group getting ready for the Timberwolves. Gobert's checked in for Reed. Julius Randle comes in for Miller. McDaniels is checked in for Clark. And Mike Conley is subbed in for DiVincenzo. Now here's Dort. Now here's Gilgeous-Alexander.
He gets really smooth sometimes. Gilgeous-Alexander has some size. He challenged the defense with it that time.
And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for the Thunder.
Yeah, what stood out to me was their passing. They moved the ball effortlessly and have been able to find those holes in the defense.
And I feel like there's been an old school aspect to what they've done tonight, and that is pounding the ball inside, getting it down low, getting those looks in close. That's been effective.
That free throw good from Gilgeous-Alexander. That misses, so he splits the free throws. And here's Randle. He'll bring it up for the T-Wolves. They've only given up 1 point in the fourth. Gobert, no good. Oklahoma City leading by 8. Dort, left side. They double him with McDaniels. From deep, Holmgren. Rebounded by the Timberwolves.
Well, that's not a shot he's ever going to pass up, and he shouldn't, despite the miss. No defender anywhere near him. He's got to shoot that one.
Now here's Edwards. Outside for Randle. Inside. Outside McDaniels. That one doesn't drop. Some solid defense from Williams. Dort with it. He's picked up by Conley. Dort against Conley. It's blocked by Gobert. 1:56 left in the final quarter. Randle, pass to McDaniels. Here's Edwards. Up top, Randle. Over Dort. And it's Randle that time on the assist from Edwards.
Well, fleshing out his offensive attack here. Randle comfortable from that range to knock one down.
And Mark Dagnall has called a timeout, rallying his guys to make sure they all know the plan. All right, let's get a report from Allie.
Hi, guys. Well, Mark Dagnall was just reviewing the plan with his team. He kept it real with his team, telling them, I know you feel good about this lead, but let's not get lazy. Let's not act like this is a sure thing all of a sudden. Looking to keep their focus on the task at hand, Brian.
And Allie, thank you for that.
Gilgeous-Alexander does a good job of just staying aggressive, and that just forces the defense to do something.
Shai Gilgeous-Alexander taking 2 shots. Shoot 2.
He gets the first, and that makes it a 7-point lead. And so both free throws good, and it's an 8-point ball game. Time running out for the Timberwolves. They've played a great fourth quarter defensively, allowing only 3 points. Dort against Edwards. Pass to McDaniels. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Randle. Holmgren with the block. Around 3 minutes gone here in the fourth. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. Hartenstein with a screen on Conley. To the paint. And Hartenstein Hartenstein slams it in.
And game 2 of the conference finals is always so important. What a great win this is for the Thunder.
Tonight, they got everybody in on the scoring. Had nice passing, which led to good looks.
Just solid play by these guys.
Another statement win here in these conference finals. They look like they're in complete control and want to finish this series as quickly as possible.
But at the same time, it's important that they don't get too ahead of themselves. We've seen teams come back from 2-0 deficits before, so it's important they maintain this momentum moving ahead.
And one player just stole the show tonight, doing everything for his team. A monster night for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
Serving up feeds all night long. He was the best teammate that they had on the floor.
Now here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Pass to Holmgren. There's 38 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Gilgeous-Alexander against Conley. Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Dort. That one's good. And so Gilgeous-Alexander with the assist. And it's a 12-point Oklahoma City lead. And this one feels just about over.
Yeah, they'll play it out, but I think it just wasn't meant to be tonight.
Here's Edwards. Oh, and he blocks it off the glass. Wow. Conley against Gilgeous-Alexander. So it's the Thunder taking care of business in this one. And this win shows they have the momentum so far in this series. Up 2 games to none now.
They just look so confident out there. They're playing selfless ball, and their chemistry has never looked better.
That concludes this broadcast of the Western Conference Finals. For Allie LaForce, Brent Barry, Grant Hill, and our entire 2K Sports crew, this is Brian Anderson signing off. And now let's take a look at our player of the game, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
And Greg, what stands out for both of these rosters is that they both feature top-tier athleticism.
And Kevin, that bodes well for us, right? There's a lot of speed, some great athleticism. I'm sure we're going to get some highlight reel plays tonight.
Now here's Williams. Pass to Holmgren. Cranes it from beyond the arc.
And playing up tempo, pro-level ball can be hard for some guys, but Holmgren has easily made the transition.
Edwards against Dort. The Timberwolves working the ball around. Banked in off the glass.
Well, that's one way he can finish, but far from the only way he gets it done. He's got all kinds of tricks up his sleeve.
And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, I talked with head coach Mark Dagnall. The first thing coach brought up, Rudy Gobert, the multiple-time defensive player of the year. Worried about Rudy's length, of course, saying it causes total havoc around the rim. So the counter is lots of threes and avoiding Gobert in the lane. The French center still with a massive effect on the game plan. Kevin?
All right, David, thanks. Now, here's Holmgren. Following the miss by Julius Randle. Hartenstein with the screen on McDaniel. It's stolen by Randle. Fast break, Minnesota. McDaniels with the ball. Williams picks him up. McDaniels kicks to Edwards. Back to McDaniel. Randle against Gilgeous-Alexander. Down to 5 on the shot clock.
And even against defense as tight as that, you almost expect him to still bury those.
First personal foul. First team foul. You know, Greg, when you look at the Timberwolves' history, the first round had been a problem for them. But not last year, as they swept the Phoenix Suns.
And you got to look at it as being a tremendous success, right? Because going into the season, I don't know that anyone thought they would have made it to the conference finals. But, boy, that young group gelled well together, and the sky's the limit for the future.
And the first one drops. He makes 1 of 2 that time. For Minnesota, they've gone 1 of 3 for the field to start this one so far. And the rejection by Holmgren.
Already set the Summer League record for blocks in his first game. Holmgren, one of the best young shot blockers in the league.
Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Floats it up for Holmgren. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
And give credit to Holmgren for jumping all over that opportunity, putting his length to great use.
Gilgeous-Alexander against Conley. For the 3. And Holmgren pulls it down.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
And guys, that's exactly the kind of high-impact defense they want to see out of him.
Now here's Williams. And rebounded by McDaniels. Timberwolves trail by 4. From the baseline. Jump shot is good that time.
I tell you what, Edwards has a really nice, smooth release, and that shot looked in the moment it left his hand.
Outside, Dort. Hartenstein against Gobert. Williams for 3. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
And so Chris Finch calls for the timeout. Wants to talk some things over, might be seeing some things to adjust. And a new group in here for the Thunder. Williams, he's checked in for Hartenstein. Aaron Wiggins comes in for Holmgren. Wallace is checked in for Dort. And it's Alex Caruso in for Gilgeous-Alexander. Big group substitution now for Minnesota. Naz Reid, he's checked in for Rudy Gobert. Clark comes in for McDaniels. Alexander Walker, he's checked in for Edwards. And it's Dante DiVincenzo in for Mike Conley. Ring shot on the way. Another miss by Minnesota.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
First quarter play and just over 3.5 minutes in. Floats it up for Wiggins, and it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Williams.
Well, that's a moment he'd like to archive. Embarrassing lapse of judgment there.
And the Thunder making a change here. Gilgeous-Alexander's checked in. Miller's checked in for the Timberwolves. Edwards comes in for Clark. Timberwolves trail by 5. Outside, Edwards. With 1 on the clock, count it, good. Edwards got 6 points. 1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. Thunder out in front. They lead by 3. And for 2K Sports, we'll be back here at Paycom Center right after this. And glad to have you with us as we get going here in Game 2. And for the Thunder guys, what stands out to you so far?
What we saw in that first quarter, they won their matchups defensively.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, you look at the energy, the effort defensively, they put it all out there in that opening quarter.
The muscle from Edwards. Drawing fouls, Clark getting to the line, all part of the game, but you think players try and draw fouls too often now?
I do in some cases, but I think it's more on an individual basis. I mean, players have to do what they need to do to try to score the ball. But I don't think anybody likes, 1, guys flopping to draw fouls, and then 2, whining when fouls aren't called.
Here's DiVincenzo. The Thunder making the shot. Edwards, good.
And it's really good to see Edwards knock down the mid-range jumper. He continues to work on becoming more consistent from that area.
Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Anthony Edwards is figuring things out. He said there's levels. My first few years, I looked for my shot and nothing else. I've learned that I can't win without my teammates and that I have to throw them the ball too. It's a team game. I know that. Kevin, I know it too, so I'm throwing it back to you.
And you're the best teammate we could have. Thank you, David.
It does not get much easier than that, but somehow he came up empty there.
When Naz Reid is out there, Clark, spacing the floor is a real asset for him.
For sure, and you know, he really puts a lot of pressure on the defense because he can score from anywhere on the floor, and he's got great size and strength. And he does the little things too. I mean, you look at his points and rebounds, but this guy gets deflections, he goes after loose balls, he gets you extra possessions on the glass, he steps in and takes charge. I mean, he does all the little and big things.
Hartenstein, he's checked in for Oklahoma City. Dort comes in for Cason Wallace.
And this guy just does everything. Scores, passes, good rebounder, just an all-around terrific basketball player.
Now here's Conley, still scoreless. Edwards against Dort. Edwards passes to Reid. Now Alexander Walker buries the long-range jumper.
Gets the shot he wants. The defense wasn't quite connected enough. They lost contact.
Wiggins outside. And a miss there on the triple.
Boy, they dodged one there, guys. I mean, he got the wide open look that he wanted, just didn't knock it down.
Conley kicks to Edwards. Down low, 6 on the shot clock, and finished off by Gobert.
Stay clear of Gobert on the dunk now. The force he goes to the rim with is mighty.
Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander, and he banks in the layup. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 7 points here in this quarter.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
And we've got a timeout called from Chris Finch. Looking for a breather and maybe just 1 or 2 things to talk about. Different look for Oklahoma City. Holmgren, he's checked in for Wiggins. Williams comes in for Alex Caruso. And Wallace subbed in for Gilgeous-Alexander. Timberwolves also changing it up. Randall's checked in for Reid. McDaniels comes in for Alexander Walker. And it's Dante DiVincenzo in for Edwards. Second quarter of play with almost 3 minutes gone. DiVincenzo kicks to Randall. McDaniels a screen on Holmgren. And finished off by McDaniel.
You see McDaniel setting the pick and then finding a soft spot in the defense on his way to the basket. That's good work.
Wallace against Conley. Gobert with the block. Outside, 13 feet away. Whistle blows, bucket is good, and he'll have a chance at the line to make it a 3-point play.
Such a high motor, always revved up. One of the things that makes Randall a terrific rebounder.
Minnesota shooting their first free throw attempt on the night. 1 shot.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. 1 shot.
50 seconds left in the first half. Wallace, the pass to Hartenstein. Outside Williams. It's up a three. Rudy Gobert with the rebound.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
DiVincenzo kicks to Gobert. Score the basket, his second of 2 attempts.
With his size, Gobert can make this look really easy. It's almost unfair.
Wallace against Conley. Wallace outside. Pass to Dort. Shot clock at 5. Here's Holmgren. Shot to stop the... Oh, and the buzzer beater is good.
Resourceful move there.
Nothing like knocking down that last possession of a quarter to give you a little feel-good momentum.
And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Timberwolves lead by 2. We'll see you after halftime for the beginning of the 3rd quarter.
Greetings, one and all. The postseason drama we love, and no disappointment here as it's a close game so far for the Oklahoma City Thunder.
They're not showing enough fight defensively. Take some pride in getting some stops. This is when your leader has to step in and say something.
Yeah, tough to beat a team that's shooting double nickels from the field. And looking at where the Thunder stand in the series. They were able to hold serve in Game 1, but they'll need that same effort to make the most of their home court edge.
Yeah, don't get comfortable. It's only one game, and it was a game that they were supposed to win.
Yeah, but you got a great chance to take a commanding lead in this series, Shaq. You could go up 2-0, and I don't see them losing the series.
Some big expectations on this game, too. And that's all for us. Now it's time to send it back to Kevin Harlan for the beginning of the 3rd quarter.
We're back at the Western Conference Finals. Happy to have you with us here on 2K Sports. You have to like what we're seeing from Anthony Edwards.
And with all the pressure he must have felt coming into this one, it didn't faze him one bit. Fantastic start.
Yeah, you know, I think he relishes the pressure, especially in a big game like this one. He really eats that stuff up.
Here's Conley. Still yet to score. Outside Edwards. Gobert with a screen for Edwards. And slam dunk by Gobert.
And, you know, you give Edwards credit for making the right decision there, feeding his teammate. Smart, good basketball.
And, Greg, it didn't take long for Anthony Edwards to prove himself in the NBA.
There's so much to like about his game. As outstanding as his offense is, his defense cannot be overlooked. He is a lockdown presence when he needs to be.
Gilgeous-Alexander can't get it to go. Minnesota leading by 4. To the inside. It's tipped. Randall. And the rejection by Holmgren. That'll be Minnesota as it goes out of bounds. Timberwolves retain possession. And that kind of stifling effort on defense needs another look.
Well, they didn't make it this far by giving up easy ones. And now their defense is in overdrive.
Here is Edwards. 10 points for him. Here's the floater.
Great read from Dort there. An intelligent player who hustles on defense and distracts you.
Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Back to Dort. Holmgren with it. Lock at 6. Hartenstein with the screen on Conley. And that one's good. Gilgeous-Alexander.
And I don't care how far from the bucket he is. You've got to have a man on him. He's just too good from deep.
Oh, here's Edwards. And finished off by Edwards.
Oh, doctor. Oh, my goodness. Anthony Edwards throwing it down with force. Get this guy in the dunk contest.
And here's Gilgeous-Alexander. He'll bring it up for the Oklahoma City Thunder. A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer, David Alden. David.
Kevin, thank you very much. The Timberwolves have become a rough and rugged team. Swingman Jaden McDaniels said, "We don't let nobody push us around. We're always being physical defensively. I feel like we're a tough team, super tough." Kevin, they certainly have the size to hold their own.
Always being physical. But, David, that's their identity. And we thank you for the report.
Great lob and an even better finish by Gobert.
Pass to Holmgren. Oklahoma City moving it around. And here is Gilgeous-Alexander. Covered by Conley. From 8. Not that one, and the Minnesota lead has been cut to just 3 points. And the basket from Gilgeous-Alexander. Gilgeous-Alexander against Conley. Gobert with a screen on Dort. For 3, Edwards. And the rebound goes to the Thunder. Dort passes to Holmgren. The rebound by Edwards. Timberwolves leading by 3. Randle left side. Pass to McDaniels. To the left side wing. Gobert finds McDaniel. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
And the toughness McDaniels plays with is impressive. He doesn't back down from any defender inside.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now.
2 shots.
The free throw drops from McDaniels.
Known as a versatile and tremendous defender, McDaniels also continues to make real good progress as a scorer.
Catching up on the changes for Oklahoma City. Williams, he's checked in for Hartenstein. Aaron Wiggins comes in for Holmgren. Wallace is checked in for Dort. And it's Alex Caruso in for Gilgeous-Alexander. He's off on the second. Thunder trailing by 4. On the wing, Wallace, defended by Alexander Walker. Caruso, the pass to Williams. To the paint, kicks it out to Wiggins. Good. The nice assist for Williams. Wiggins has got 5 points so far.
Really good job there. That's the definition of the inside-out game.
DiVincenzo against Caruso. Now here's DiVincenzo. Defense right on him. Randle with the bucket.
Wow, check out that assist. That's a pair of teammates that are clearly on the same page.
The shot missing. It's still anybody's game as we've reached the end of 3. Minnesota on top, up by 3. And fourth quarter basketball will be coming your way on 2K Sports right after this. Now let's take a look at our assist of the game.
And he's always been the favorite to bag this honor. These kind of feeds are his bread and butter.
Well, you can't run away from the DNA. When he's running the show, he makes sweet highlight reel plays night in and night out.
Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Pass to Caruso. Wallace with a screen for Caruso. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander to tie it up. It's hauled in by Edwards.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Edwards on the bounce. Minnesota needs to get off a shot here. A shot by Alexander Walker, no good. Now here's Caruso, defended by Alexander Walker. Gilgeous-Alexander against DiVincenzo. Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. That's not going to drop for him. 5 of 9 with that miss. DiVincenzo kicks to Edwards. Cross contact on the shot, and now a three-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
You know, with his strength and body control, Edwards should be an and-one machine at this level.
All right, we'll take a look now at how the points have been generated so far. A scoring breakdown for the Timberwolves.
Well, you know, for me, when you can convert this many times in the paint, I think that's a sign that your offense is really in a healthy state.
And you can't ignore their passing. All game long, they've done a great job of just delivering the ball in rhythm right where it needs to be.
He throw good, Edwards.
Already growing a reputation as one of the game's most notorious trash talkers, Edwards is just having fun out there.
Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander, and it goes down 2 points.
Yeah, and obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
You know, that's how it goes with him. I mean, his hot streaks, guys, don't last minutes, they last days.
Spins. Conley moving in to Gobert. And the rebound goes to the Thunder.
I guess even he has to miss one of those once in a while.
Dort passes to Gilgeous-Alexander. We've got 1:55 left in the fourth quarter. It's stolen by Randall. Conley against Gilgeous-Alexander.
And this is the right play by Conley, sticking with the motion and ensuring he gets to the line.
Drops the first one, and that puts them up by 5.
And Conley's the guy that leads by example. And as a result, his teammates respect and trust him completely.
Second one is good. Being both at the line, and it's a 6-point ball game.
Those are critical foul shots. Love to see him knock them down there.
Gilgeous-Alexander against Conley. That one goes in. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 9 points here in the second half. And here's Edwards. He'll bring it up for the Timberwolves. Just over 2.5 minutes played now here in the final quarter of regulation. No one near Randall as he lets it go. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Randall's got the lead up to 7 now for the Timberwolves. And Mark Daigneault calls timeout here. It's a chance for them to regroup and refocus. Fame reporter David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Hey guys, during the last break, here's what Mark Daigneault was telling his team. He told his players, I need you to play smarter out there. You're in a rush right now, and that's why we're behind. Slow things down, run our plays, and see if that tempo shifts at all. Back to you guys.
Thanks, David. 1:21 left in the fourth. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander over Conley. Gilgeous-Alexander can't get it to go. Jordan against Hibbert. Pass to Randall. 55 seconds left to play in the final quarter.
Look at the big fella working on that possession. He knows how to fit guys off and get those rebounds.
Money! Oh, and that cuts the lead to just 5.
And what a shot from Gilgeous-Alexander. This guy isn't afraid of the moment. Wow.
Now here is Conley. Randall is double. Pass to Edwards. Back to Randall. Conley with a wide open look. That's in. Coming off an assist from Randall.
Late in the game, up big, they continue to attack.
Yeah, I don't think you want to get loose and sloppy or ease up, but it is time for them to start using that clock a bit.
And the basket by Gilgeous-Alexander. And Minnesota has possession. 6-point lead. And now they decide to foul intentionally. Line for the Timberwolves. 2 shots. So the first one drops, and that makes it a 7-point lead. So it gets them both, and it's an 8-point game. Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City. There's 21 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. What do you think, guys?
And I don't think they'll be able to climb out of this hole.
You know, maybe working on their 60-second drill, even if it doesn't pay off tonight, maybe for the future.
Time to get up from your seats and make some noise for T-shirt time. It's T-shirt time, everyone. Let's get loud. Who wants a T-shirt?
There's 21 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And Randall has got the ball here for the Timberwolves. They lead by 8. That's the biggest of the game. And So Minnesota takes the win. Just a massive victory, Greg. Maybe it's overstating it, but I think this was a game they had to have.
And I don't think it's overstating it. I agree with you. I mean, going down 2-0 would have given this team a huge hill to climb. But now at one game apiece and with some momentum, this is anybody.
Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
performance from Skylar Cole. A great way to start off this NBA postseason game. Hello and welcome to the NBA playoffs on 2K Sports. The fight for dominance in the West continues tonight. It's Game 2 of the Conference Finals. And tonight, going up against the Minnesota Timberwolves. Along with the all-star team of Stan Van Gundy, Grant Hill, and Allie LaForce, I'm Brian Anderson. For this face-off at the center position tonight, Grant.
Oh, no question, B.A. I mean, these bigs bring the size and skill. Who has more tools in their toolkit? I mean, we're about to find out.
Now here's Conley. Takes a three, and he buries his first look.
Well, Conley has that steady floor general demeanor. They love to have him running the pick and roll.
Randall against Holmgren. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. Over Gobert. And there's Gilgeous-Alexander on the assist from Holmgren.
You want to run your offense through him. A reliable scoring option.
Outside Conley. Now here's Gobert. Pass to Edwards. Here's McDaniels. 5 to shoot. Over Hartenstein. McDaniels can't hit.
That wasn't a bad shot. Defense playing a little loose there. Sometimes it just doesn't go in. Well, they gave him the mid-range. Smart idea to take that one.
To the inside. Here's Hartenstein. And Hartenstein slams it in.
Well, he led him with the pass there, almost like a quarterback timing a route. That was impressive.
Gobert against Hartenstein. For three, Randall. Outside McDaniels. Three-pointer. The offensive rebound. Here's Gobert. Tough sequence there. They just couldn't get it to go. Dort against Edwards. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Up and over Conley. Gilgeous-Alexander no good. Minnesota's gone 1 for 3 from beyond the arc. And it's Randall with the jam.
Wow, Julius Randle. We could feel the floor shaking on that one.
Gilgeous-Alexander surveying the D. The kick out to Williams. That misses. Had a chance to tie it. For Minnesota, they've gone just 3 for 7 here at the start. Stan, just how much of a catalyst has Mike Conley been since the Timberwolves got him?
Well, just listen to his teammates, Brian. They talk about leadership, the adult in the room, and he remains a very capable two-way player.
Now here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And the whistle blows as the basket counts. Chance at a three-point opportunity here. One free throw coming up. Oklahoma City shooting their first foul shot of the night. The Thunder making a switch here. Wallace is checked in. Alexander Walker, he's checked in for Minnesota.
At the line for your Oklahoma City, William. One shot.
And Williams no good on that one. Holmgren, the pass to Williams. Now here's Wallace. He's guarded by Conley. Hartenstein with a screen on Conley. The kick out to Williams. Here's Holmgren. And that misses. That would have put him up. Minnesota in the lead. And now we go to Allie LaForce, who had a chance to talk with Mark Dagnall.
I asked him how Rudy Gobert alters their usual game plan. Coach acknowledged that he's a factor and said Rudy definitely demands more from us offensively. We have to be careful where we put our shooters with him waiting for swats. Coach thinks intelligent offense is what it takes to beat Gobert. Back to you.
Good job there, Allie. Thanks. Now here's Williams. From deep three-point range. And another miss by Oklahoma City. And for Minnesota, they're shooting 33% in the first quarter. Alexander Walker, the pass to Conley. Randall outside. Fires for three. Rejected by Holmgren.
And you can't forget about Holmgren's reach, especially when he's nearby on defense.
Substitution on the field.
There's 14 seconds left to play in the first. Wallace, left side. 1 second left. 1 quarter in the books. And it's been a close one. It's Minnesota. They lead by 1. And back to the start of the second quarter in just a moment. This stadium is rocking right now as we return to the Western Conference. Consider how Minnesota is doing, guys. Your thoughts?
Well, they've used the fast break well to score easy points and keep the defense unsettled.
Yeah, they've dictated the pace to this point, looking to run at every opportunity.
And Gilgeous-Alexander's got the ball here for the Oklahoma City Thunder. They trail by 1. SGA showing off the athleticism there.
Yeah, a defense has to be very aware of Gilgeous-Alexander's attack mindset. He wants to get to the rim and do maximum damage.
Here's Edwards. Perfect night so far, 2 for 2.
Nice execution by the offense, generating a good look.
Gilgeous-Alexander against DiVincenzo. Rebound Minnesota. Pass to Edwards. Reed, a screen on Caruso. Edwards with it. Caruso covers. Reed for 3. Fires in the triple. And we all know about Stan the analyst and Stan the coach. But when you played in college, what was your game like, Stan?
Hey, Brian, I had the game that would get you beat as a coach. I will say my greatest strength was this. I was never once accused of overpassing.
The black hole. That is Stan Van Gundy. Here's Reed. Following the the bucket by Oklahoma City. Got it.
Yeah, just continuing to unlock his game. If Edwards adds the playmaking component, watch out.
Outside, Williams. Wallace outside. Inside, here's Wiggins. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
Oh, what ferocity on the throwdown. I just love when he goes up with purpose.
Where was the D right there? The effort lacking big time.
And with the score as close as it is, these are the opportunities you truly can't allow.
I just love the aggressive finish.
I'm thinking he's sending a strong message with that jam. Wallace outside. There's a minute 47 left in the first half. To the middle. Outside for Gilgeous-Alexander. Shot clock at 5. And here's Caruso outside. Miller pulls it in. Minnesota leading by 4. Outside, DiVincenzo. Outside Reed. There's the 3. Nails it from beyond the arc. Reed's got 8 points in the quarter.
Rock solid screen right there. The defender got completely lost.
Yeah, you've got to lock and trail hard. You can't allow him a clean look.
And we've got a timeout called by Mark Daigneault. I think right now he must be looking at some adjustments. And a new group getting ready for Oklahoma City. Hartenstein, he's checked in for Williams. Holmgren comes in for Wiggins. Jalen Williams, he's checked in for Gilgeous-Alexander. And it's Lou Dort in for Wallace. And Minnesota will go for a different look here. Gobert's checked in for Reed. Julius Randle comes in for Miller. McDaniels is checked in for Alexander Walker. And Mike Conley is subbed in for Anthony Edwards. So it's Oklahoma City now. 7-point differential. Here's Caruso. And Gobert with a block.
Yeah, the long arms, it's difficult to protect your shot from Gobert's reach.
Caruso, pass to Dort. Sinks it from distance.
Well, it's a three-point shooting league. Guys like him are so important to spacing.
Conley against Caruso. Conley passes to DiVincenzo. Picked by Gobert. From the arc. Offensive board. Second chance shot. And that one goes in as he's fouled. It'll be 3 points if he converts the free throw. And this is his first trip to the line tonight. Joe's checked in for Oklahoma City.
At the line for the Timberwolves, Rudy Gobert. Shooting 1.
Defensive Player of the Year 4 times over, Stan. Rudy Gobert tied for the record.
Yeah, Brian, alongside Dikembe Mutombo and Ben Wallace, and Gobert's capable of getting another one, too, assuming his countryman, Victor Wembanyama, doesn't start taking the reins.
And that one's good. Holmgren.
Plays like that make a coach's life easy. Love the work rate he shows on the glass to get the score.
Outside Conley. Pass to Randle.
Man, good whistle there.
These are his first free throws of the game.
Shooting for Minnesota, Julius Randle. Taking 2 shots.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That free throw no good. And he's good on the second. Naz Reid has been on display for the Timberwolves. 8 points in the quarter, showing how effective he can be. Back after this.
Please direct your attention to center court and get ready for the fan half-court shot. Drum roll. Fair measuring up the shot. Let's hear it for the participant.
Some great postseason action in the first half of play. A healthy lead has been built for the Minnesota Timberwolves.
I know my partner here appreciates the brute force, especially on the glass, right, Shaq? And they're in a good spot because of it.
They've shown great toughness, and they've been very quick to the ball. And looking at where the Thunder stand in the series, they were able to hold serve in Game 1, but they'll need that same effort to make the most of their home court edge.
Yeah, don't get comfortable. It's only one game. And it was a game that they were supposed to win.
Yeah, but you got a great chance to take a commanding lead in this series, Shaq. You could go up 2-0, and I don't see them losing the series.
Some big expectations on this game, too. That does it for halftime. Let's get back to game action. Here's Brian Anderson with the start of the third quarter.
And let's get you back to the action as Game 2 is getting underway. You look at Naz Reid. What a contribution here.
Yeah, we had a feeling he'd step up in this one. So far, playing at the top of his game when they really need him.
Yeah, kind of what you expect from a guy of his caliber. Don't be surprised if his second half is just as good.
The life of an NBA head coach, Stan, is not easy. You've lived it. What's the toughest part of the job? Don't say dealing with the media.
Well, no, it's not. Look, Brian, I think people would easily say it's the time spent away from home, and it's also the losing, quite honestly. But I think what my family had the hardest time with was how consumed I was as a coach during the season. So even when I was home, all I was doing was thinking about basketball.
And how many losses have you endured as a broadcaster, Coach?
Zero. Undefeated, Brian, undefeated.
And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Ryan, Anthony Edwards, his disposition just brightens a locker room. Coach Chris Finch said he's an absolute joy to coach. Always in a great mood with a great smile. It doesn't matter if he plays well or he doesn't. Every day he has the same approach and the same attitude.
And he wants to be great, Allie. There's no doubt about that. Now here's Gobert. They lead by the biggest margin of the game at 9. The ball's knocked loose and stolen by Hartenstein. Dort against McDaniels. Dort, the pass to Holmgren. And here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Hartenstein with a screen on Conley. 6 to shoot. Good work there as it goes. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 6.
And such a clever player in pick and rolls, Gilgeous-Alexander is unpredictable and understands how to attack defenses.
Conley passes to Randall. Beyond the arc. Oklahoma City grabs a miss. Gilgeous-Alexander finds Hartenstein. To the paint. Stolen by Conley. Randall with it. Hartenstein covering. Edwards, no good.
Well, I know he can finish at the rim, but the defense did just enough to force the miss.
Pass to Holmgren. The 3. That one's good. And so Gilgeous-Alexander with the assist. Gilgeous-Alexander's got his 4th assist in this one. Up top, Edwards. Dort Hibbert defending. And the shot goes down. Edwards got 5 points now this quarter.
Where doesn't Edwards score from? Even in the mid-range, he makes shots.
Randall against Holmgren. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. SGA working through contact inside.
Yeah, and Gilgeous-Alexander is a fighter. Someone that challenges the defense and bullies his way through contact.
Randall outside. Edwards looking for an opening. Gobert with a screen on Dort. Down low. Oh, finished by Gobert.
Yeah, great play from Edwards off the pick and roll. Moving the ball around and get another guy a shot.
Thunder trail by 6. And Mark Daigneault has called a timeout. He wants to give him a breather and talk things over. A big group substitution here for Oklahoma City. Williams is checked in for Hartenstein. Wiggins comes in for Holmgren. Wallace, he's checked in for Dort. And it's Alex Caruso in for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. And Minnesota will go for a different look here. Reed's checked in for Gobert. Clark comes in for McDaniels. Alexander Walker, he's checked in for Anthony Edwards. And it's Dante DiVincenzo in for Conley. Just 5 on the clock. Puts up a deep 3. Reed with the rebound.
We all know he's a good shooter. But from that distance, I don't think so.
Yeah, it seems like everybody's jacking him up the way out there these days. You want guys to stay within themselves. Well, he sends it inside where they can get a high percentage look. That's just great basketball.
Williams against Clark. Outside, Williams. Williams a screen on Clark. No good on the 3. And so it's the Minnesota Timberwolves finishing the quarter with an 8-point lead. Getting lots of great looks. Shooting it well. That's why they're up. And don't go far. We'll be right back.
Talk about painting a magnificent picture with that dime. Just a great decision and a perfect delivery.
Wow, that was an absolute masterpiece of an assist. He knew exactly when to deliver the ball, and it made for a beautiful score.
And this is it. Glad to have you along for this 4th quarter. DiVincenzo against Gilgeous-Alexander. Here's Edwards. A chance to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. Pass to Caruso. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. Ooh, lands soft on the front of the rim and drops in.
There's so many facets to SGA's game. He's equally good from all 3 levels.
Oh, they get a hand on it. On the wing, Caruso. Back to Wallace. Caruso, a screen on Edwards. Wallace, the pass to Sajang. 5 on the clock. Gilgeous-Alexander from outside. Anthony Edwards with a rebound. The Timberwolves lead by 6. DiVincenzo finds Edwards. The 3. Rebound by Wiggins. And so it's Caruso who brings up the ball for OKC. Here in the 4th quarter, their defense has been very strong. No baskets allowed. Now here's Wiggins. Gilgeous-Alexander with the ball. Fires from deep. Wallace's shot is good. Wallace has gotten himself going with a triple, his first basket of the game.
That's exactly the kind of shooting you need down the stretch to win games.
And Chris Finch calls timeout here, looking to get everyone dialed in and engaged.
On the court is your hype squad. This time for Teague.
So Oklahoma City going with almost an entire new group here. Hartenstein, he's checked in for Jang. Holmgren comes in for Wiggins. Jalen Williams, he's checked in for Caruso. And it's Lou Dort in for Wallace. And Minnesota will go for a different look here. Gobert's checked in for Reed. Randall comes in for Minot. McDaniels is checked in for Clark. And Conley subbed in for DiVincenzo. Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
I was able to listen in on what Chris Finch was going over with his team. He told them, no time to celebrate. The work is not finished. We've got to stick with it and keep growing what we've got here. Words of wisdom for his squad. Back to you.
Appreciate the report, Allie. Now here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Good work defensively by Randall. Outside Edwards. Here's Edwards cutting inside. Back to Randall. From behind the arc. It's McDaniels on the wing. Sends it home from three-point land. McDaniels got his first 3 points of the game.
A nice dish by Gobert. With his height, he can see over the whole defense.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. It's blocked by Gobert. And now the T-Wolves on the break. McDaniels inside. Holmgren's there. Gobert passes to Conley. And he'll draw the foul. We'll head to the line for two. It's going to be on Jalen Williams.
I like seeing Conley look for his shot because it puts defenses in compromising situations.
First one drops, and that makes it a 7-point lead. And so he drops them both, and it's an 8-point ball game. We've got 1:08 left to play in the fourth quarter. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot two. It goes on Mike Conley.
I love when Gilgeous-Alexander looks to score because it forces the defense to act.
All right, guys, what do you think so far about the offensive approach for the Timberwolves?
Well, they've been absolutely on fire from deep. And until the defense offers more resistance, the coaches are going to keep encouraging them to let it fly.
And you have to talk about the passing, too. I mean, the ball has been zipping around on the offense, and they've kept the extra pass mentality the whole way.
Both good from the line that time.
He showed a lot of composure that trip to the line. Now it's almost a one-possession game.
Edwards against Dort. Left side, Edwards. And they double up Edwards. Just 5 to shoot. Randall outside. Let's go with a three. And it's It's Holmgren with a rebound.
I know he's on a cold streak, but he can't let that get in his head.
Yeah, they might want to draw something up here to get him something at the rim or get him to the free throw line. Sometimes that's all it takes to snap a cold streak.
And so they foul intentionally.
Second team foul. The line for the Timberwolves. Anthony Edwards. 2 shots.
He doesn't hit the first. That was the one they really wanted. He's got one more, though.
And looking at Edwards, the offensive skills he has are impressive. Now he must focus on improving his defense.
And he does get the second one. And that puts him up 5. And we've got a timeout called by Mark Daigneault. No doubt he's going to utilize the opportunity to make sure they're all on the same page here. So it's Oklahoma City with it. So far in the fourth, they've allowed just 6 points.
No fear in the eyes of Gilgeous-Alexander. His guys believe in his ability to come up big.
And now they decide to foul intentionally.
Shooting for Minnesota. The line for Teague.
First free throw is good, and that gives him a 4-point cushion. Second one is good, getting both at the line, and it's a 5-point game.
Big free throws right there to make this a 2-possession game.
And Mark Daigneault has called a timeout. He was quite emphatic, demanding the timeout, clearly wanting to address strategy with his team. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Cash. What a beautiful shot. Brings him within 3.
Oh, obviously Gilgeous-Alexander has the will to win. What a relentless effort. Yeah, no choice but to foul in that situation. Although, that's not the guy you want to send to the free throw line.
Good on the first, and that gives him a 4-point cushion. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 5-point game. So it's Oklahoma City now. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander, and it's good. What a beautiful shot. Brings him within 3.
And the D can't allow Gilgeous-Alexander to get this positioning, because once he does, he makes you pay. Yeah, and that was a smart move. I mean, you have to foul right there. You just don't want them to run out the clock.
He hits the first one, and that gives him a 4-point cushion. And he hits both free throws here, and it's a 5-point game.
Great composure there. Calmly knocks them down to put this game out of reach.
Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Hartenstein. And connects from downtown. And Chris Finch calls timeout here. There is a lot on the line, and he is determined to make sure everyone's on the same page. Seven seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one, and they need to stop the clock, so there's the foul. He drops the first one, and that makes it a 3-point lead. So he gets them both, and it's a 4-point ball game. 7 seconds left in the fourth. The three from Holmgren. So it's a narrow victory for the Timberwolves, pulling it out for the W. It might have been just game 2 of the series, but this one felt like a must-win.
I just love the fire they played with tonight. It's the playoffs, and they really brought the energy.
That concludes this broadcast of the Western Conference Finals. Alongside Stan Van Gundy, Grant Hill, and Allie LaForce, this is Brian Anderson saying thanks for tuning in to the NBA on 2K Sports. And we present the player of the game, Anthony Edwards.
It's almost time for action here in Oklahoma City. And as the Thunder arrived earlier on, they appeared to be in no mood to show any mercy tonight. It's the Western Conference Finals. The battle now goes to Game 2. Thank you for joining us for this playoff edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony, Hall of Famer Doris Burke. But how important is it for these teams to possess it?
Yeah, especially with the amount of injuries we see happen every season. It's so critical that teams have players that are ready to step up and produce. It really allows you to not have to change the way you play.
Now, here's McDaniel. DB, ever since winning the most improved player back in 2021, Randall has stayed scoring at an incredible clip.
Yeah, Kevin, what makes this guy such a difficult matchup is his size and the ability to drive it. And now what you've seen is this evolution into a legit threat from three-point territory. He is such a difficult cover.
Free throw good from Randall. So he hits 1 of 2 from the stripe. Well, the ascension of Jalen Williams, Doris, has been swift and very fun to watch.
Oh, absolutely, Kevin. He became very quickly in his second season a number 2 option and, frankly, borderline 1A option. And it's not just his offensive game, Kevin. This guy has become a scout defender. He's got the perfect NBA frame, and he fits in personality-wise. Really nice decision-making by Anthony Edwards. If you're going to play in the NBA, you've got to read off pick-and-roll action.
Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. Double team on Gilgeous-Alexander. First quarter, just over a minute played. And the foul called on Jalen Williams. That's his first foul.
I mean, I like the call. I thought the defense was just there a little late.
So it's Minnesota now. Now, McDaniels. Shot clock at 6. Puts up a deep 3. It's rebounded by Hartenstein.
And he's a good shooter from outside, but not sure from that deep.
Boy, we're seeing it more and more. Guys looking to create additional space by stepping back further from the line.
Here's Conley. The Thunder making the shot. Randall surveying the D. Second chance shot, and Conley lays it in.
Hey, this guy is competitive. He's tough, and he'll play through contact. Mike Conley doing work inside.
Pass to Holmgren, and it's out of bounds. Oklahoma City able to retain possession.
A split second late, but almost came up with a steal there.
Absolutely appreciate the effort, though. He really went after it. So close.
Outside, Dort. And here is Holmgren. Stolen by McDaniels. And now the Timberwolves on the break. Outside Conley. The 3 ball. And there's Randall on the assist by Conley.
Well, you've got to be decisive in catch-and-shoot situations, and Julius Randle leaves no doubt.
And Mark Daigneault calls timeout. He's going to have a discussion here on the sideline. Mike Conley was drafted, Doris, back in 2007. And somehow, some way, he's gone his whole career without receiving a technical foul. Heck, you and I have received technical fouls over here, but not him on the floor.
Kevin, that is an impressive feat, and it's also probably why he's won the NBA Sportsmanship Award more than anyone else in the history of the league, and why we will never win it.
Wallace is checked in for the Thunder, and the Timberwolves also making a change. Alexander Walker's checked in. Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far. Pass to Williams. A 3. Gobert pulls it in. Minnesota leading by 4. Now here's Conley. Back to Alexander Walker. Over in the corner, Randall. And it's blocked. And they get it back. Shot clock at 3. Here's Conley, and he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Boy, don't let the small frame fool you. Mike Conley's so tough on the interior.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. First one falls for him. A different look for Oklahoma City. Williams, he's checked in for Hartenstein. Aaron Wiggins comes in for Holmgren. And it's Alex Caruso in for Dort. Timberwolves also changing it up. Reed, he's checked in for Rudy Gobert. And it's Dante DiVincenzo in for McDaniels. And Conley drops them both.
You can tell when he steps to the line the kind of confidence he has in himself. It's written all over his body language.
Now here's Williams, defended by Alexander Walker. They need this. Over in the corner, Caruso. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Williams.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
And so it's Conley bringing up the ball for the Timberwolves. It's a 3-point game. The Timberwolves working the ball around. The Timberwolves again can't hit.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
7-second difference, shot and game clock. Wallace against DiVincenzo. Here's Williams. Played in with a nice touch off the glass.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
And I think defensively, that is not the way you want to start. Giving up high percentage looks, that doesn't typically end well.
Randall with the bucket.
And I like to see this. They're calling his number early, and he's delivering.
They know that if this guy goes off, their chances of winning rise exponentially.
And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. Timberwolves ahead, up 3. And we'll be back shortly for the start of the second quarter. What an atmosphere in here as we return to the action of the Western Conference Finals. And looking at what we've seen from the Timberwolves, what do you guys think?
Just cashing in on second chance opportunities. That's how they built this early lead.
Yeah, the defense hasn't been there. They are getting hammered on second chance opportunities.
It's been a few years now, Doris, but it feels like point guard is the position in the NBA.
Well, Kevin, we certainly have our share of great point guards. Luka Doncic, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, they seem to be in the MVP conversation consistently. But the last couple MVPs, you look back, you got a couple of centers. For a long time, the small forward spot dominated the game. It's really something that's in constant flux.
Wallace, good.
What a beautiful stroke from range. Defensively, you've got to try to take him out of his comfort zone.
Edwards looking it over. Thunder with the rebound.
That's one he knows he should have drained.
Caruso, the pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Pass to Williams. Launches a 3. Reed with the block. DiVincenzo with it. He's picked up by Gilgeous-Alexander. Wallace against DiVincenzo. Here's Alexander Walker. Over to the left wing. Reed kicks to Miller. And here's Edwards from the arc. Another miss by Minnesota. The Thunder have gone 1 of 3 to start out the second quarter. Greg, this is some kind of note. Last year, Minnesota, for just the second time, had ever won a series in the postseason.
Yeah, they've been bounced in the first round, 10 of 12 appearances. But last year's team was different. Their elite defense fueled the conference finals run.
Reed with a screen for Edwards. Edwards with another miss.
Well, he tries to answer with a 3 of his own and can't do it. You can't get caught up in the one-on-one aspect.
Williams, a screen on Edwards. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. And stolen by DiVincenzo. And there's 1:45 left to play in the first half. Pass to Reed. And Reed throws it down.
Gotta take care of the ball. They'll punish you if you're that careless.
That's right, and that's severe punishment right there.
Timeout.
Boy, in a tight game like this, that can change the whole tone. It helps your opponent get into a little bit of a rhythm.
And Mark Daigneault calls timeout here. He wants to make some adjustments to the game plan, clearly.
It's time for the dance game. If you see yourself on the big screen and you know what to do, choose the move.
And the Thunder going with a whole new group out there. Big group substitution now for Minnesota. Rudy Gobert, who's checked in for Reed. Randall comes in for Miller. Daniels, he's checked in for Alexander Walker. And Mike Conley is subbed in for Edwards. Joe finds Hartenstein. And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Joe passes to Hartenstein. Just 5 on the clock. Now here's Holmgren from the arc. The Thunder with another miss. Minnesota's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Randall, it's good, only a few seconds into the shot clock. Randall's got 8 points.
And we've seen several lead changes tonight, neither team giving an inch.
And right now you love the chess match, right? The ability of each side to adjust to what the other is doing.
Williams kicks to Holmgren. Pass to Joe. Stolen by Michael Conley. Drops in the breakaway layup. Now it's a 3-point Minnesota lead.
Mike Conley out in transition on the break, eager to help his team convert. Nicely done.
Here's Williams. McDaniels defending. Hartenstein with the screen on McDaniels. Here's Williams. Gobert with the block.
Boy, whenever Gobert is out there, he will make you think about shooting near the rim. This guy's such a good shot blocker.
Outside Conley. Wants to get it to Randall and does. Shoots over Holmgren. Randall no good.
And the way he was able to reach out towards that release had an impact.
Well, no question. He altered that shot, and most of the time, that's just as good as blocking it.
And that'll do it for the first half. A competitive game so far. Timberwolves lead by 3. And we'll be back right after halftime for the start of the third quarter. We'll see you in a bit.
And as we welcome you to halftime, without question, Game 2 has been a battle for the Oklahoma City Thunder.
In a game this close, you want to attack the paint. Get yourself some easy looks. Get to the line, man. Get to the line.
Yeah, they've become addicted to the jump shooting. We have seen...
And looking at where the Thunder stand in the series, they were able to hold serve in Game 1, but they'll need that same effort to make the most of their home court edge.
Yeah, don't get comfortable. It's only one game. And it was a game that they were supposed to win.
Yeah, but you got a great chance to take a commanding lead in this series, Shaq. You could go up 2-0, and I don't see them losing the series.
Some big expectations on this game, too. Thanks for spending halftime with us. Time to get it back out to Kevin Harlan for the start of the third quarter.
And glad to have you with us as we get going here in Game 2. Nice game. Great performance by Julius Randle.
And with all the pressure he must have felt coming into this one, it didn't faze him one bit. Fantastic start.
Boy, he has been locked in, all about business, just going out there and doing what he does best.
Conley against Gilgeous-Alexander. Yes! And the foul. Michael Conley picks one up.
Well, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander shows you he's not afraid to draw contact. Now gets to the free throw line.
Doris, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander to go down as one of the greatest Canadian basketball players ever.
Kevin, that is a bold statement when you consider that the great Steve Nash, two-time MVP and one of the best passers in the history of the game, is of Canadian descent. But this guy, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, is putting together quite the resume. Let's just hope he can sustain that stardom.
That's good from Gilgeous-Alexander. If you mention the best players in the NBA, Doris, you have to mention Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. How has he made the leap so fast?
Yeah, Kevin, this is an interesting growth and development story because Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has shocked everybody. He can get to any spot on the floor. He's one of the most relentless drivers in the game. You have to respect his three-point threat, which balances out that dribble drive game, and he's willing to compete defensively. Sky is the limit for this young man.
the pass to McDaniel. And that's a foul called on Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. That's his first foul.
First team foul.
Pass to Conley. Six on the shot clock. Crosses over. No good on the shot. Good D by Gilgeous-Alexander. Williams finds Holmgren. Hartenstein with it. Little over a minute gone here in the second half. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Again, the Thunder score.
Well, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, that three-level scoring ability, that time working the mid-range.
And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Kevin, thank you very much. Jaden McDaniels has become an X factor for the Wolves. Mike Conley says, we know what he does defensively, but the offense that he can bring for us balances our unit. It's much needed. Guys tend not to think of him as an offensive player, but he does have that in his game. Kevin?
But I love the reference to an X factor. He definitely is that. All right, David, thank you. Holmgren kicks to Gilgeous-Alexander. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. Gilgeous-Alexander's got the lead up to 4 now for the Thunder. And so it's Conley bringing up the ball for the Timberwolves. Gobert, the pass to Randall. And slam dunk by Gobert.
We always know this has been a strength of Rudy Gobert, getting the offensive window. Nicely done.
Gilgeous-Alexander against Conley. Left side, Gilgeous-Alexander. It's off, but still a great shooting night. 6 of 8 from the field in the game. 1:19 left to play in the third. Conley for 3. Thunder with the rebound. Outside Williams to the middle. Here's Holmgren. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Williams. Williams has got 3 assists now in this one. And we've got a timeout called from Chris Finch. He's ready to talk things through with the team. Chang, he's checked in for Hartenstein. Wiggins comes in for Holmgren. Cason Wallace, he's checked in for Dort. And it's Alex Caruso in for Gilgeous-Alexander. Big group substitution now for Minnesota. Reed, he's checked in for Rudy Gobert. Hart comes in for McDaniel. Alexander Walker, he's checked in for Edwards. And it's Dante DiVincenzo in for Mike Conley. Here's Williams, pass to Chang. And finished off by Chang.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. Oh, and with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one. Reed with a screen on Caruso. And the wide open shot from DiVincenzo. Buries it from 3-point range.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
It takes incredible effort to stay connected to the hip of the offensive player. You've got to want to work.
Now here's Wallace. D right on him. Lets the 3 fly. Hits it from 3-point range. Wallace has got the lead back up to 6 now for Oklahoma City.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Well, that 3-point shot just gives you so much room to operate on the offensive end.
And so it's the Oklahoma City Thunder with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. They're shooting the ball so well in this one. A great performance from the field. Right back after this break. And how about a look now at our assist of the game?
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
Nothing better than chemistry, right? Working together to create a bucket.
We've reached the fourth quarter, and what has been a very competitive game should be an exciting finish. Wallace against Edwards. Pass to DiVincenzo. Reed with a screen for DiVincenzo. And Reed throws it down.
And he might be small for a center, but boy, can he jump out of the building.
The Thunder leading by 4. Wallace looking for an opening. Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. Wallace with a screen on DiVincenzo. Back to Wallace. Off target from outside.
He is too good a shooter, guys, to be left open like that. The defense just dodged the bullet there.
DiVincenzo finds Edwards. Reed with a screen for Edwards. Edwards shooting fearlessly from the arc.
Such a clutch shooter. This guy lives for these kinds of moments and delivers.
And Mark Daigneault calls timeout here. Wants to make sure everybody's coordinated and intent. New group in here for the Thunder. Hartenstein's checked in for Williams. Chet Holmgren comes in for Aaron Wiggins. Jalen Williams is checked in for Alex Caruso. And it's Dort in for Cason Wallace. Right now, let's send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
During that last break, Coach Mark Daigneault talked to his team. He told them he liked the way they were working, but he said we have to really get after it. All we need is a couple of stops. Keep your focus. We'll see if they can close it out. Kevin?
Thank you, David. And out of bounds as the Timberwolves gain possession. Timberwolves trail. Randle outside. Gobert with a screen on Dort. And here's Edwards from the arc. Rebound by Williams. And so it's Williams who brings it up for the Oklahoma City Thunder. To the paint. And Gilgeous-Alexander the bucket on the assist from Williams. And the Thunder lead by 3.
Well, let's remember that at 6'6", Shai Gilgeous-Alexander can more than handle himself near the cup.
Trains the three-pointer.
And that's right in his wheelhouse, looking to make an impact when it counts.
This is a player who understands when the game is hanging in the balance. He knows it's winning time.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up.
Well, there's a level of aggressiveness that you must contend with Gilgeous-Alexander on the offensive end. You love to see him force the issue.
Shoot 2.
This free throw is good, and that gives them the lead.
What you love about Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is this young man's work ethic. He is a gym rat who's always looking for ways to improve.
And so both free throws are good, and it's a two-point ball game.
Well, this is why you run your offense through him in important situations. You know he's going to deliver.
Edwards kicks to Randall. Gobert, the screen to the inside, and finished off by Gobert.
Rudy Gobert is so competitive, doesn't want to let a big moment go by. Nicely done.
Gilgeous-Alexander with it. Conley picks him up. And the defense didn't have position. They whistle a blocking foul, and he'll go to the line. That's on Jaden McDaniel.
Timberwolves foul. Jaden McDaniel. First personal foul. Second team foul.
Take a break. Take a break.
At the line for the offender, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Taking 2 shots.
Good on the first, and that gives them the lead. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 2-point ball game.
Well, this game has the feel that it could come down to the wire, so that is just the kind of success they need to have at the foul line.
Edwards against Jordan. Inside, and finished off by Gobert.
But terrific movement from the big man. Rudy Gobert starting to master the screen and roll.
Against Gilgeous-Alexander, and he makes that one. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 8 points here in this quarter.
There is no moment too big, no pressure too heavy for Mr. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. The delivery is on time.
And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
And that one sends the bench into a frenzy.
I'll tell you, these guys have worked so hard together, everyone pulling in the same direction. Beautiful to watch.
He knocks down the clutch free throw.
Yeah, terrific and one on that one. Those are the kind of plays, guys, that win basketball games.
Down low, here's Williams. And rebounded by McDaniel.
Great contest by the defender. That's a dunk. Got to put down in his face.
Mr. Gobert. Count it!
Gobert is not fazed by these moments. He wants to be the man.
Gilgeous-Alexander against Conley. Fires from the line. It counts! And what a sensational bucket to bring them within one.
What a moment for Gilgeous-Alexander in the clutch. Yes, sir.
You can probably expect to see him slow it down now.
Yeah, I think you want to milk your possession.
And Mark Daigneault calls timeout here. And he knows there's no room for mistakes and wants everyone on the same page. Guys, what are their best options now?
This is where great coaching can pay dividends.
Well, this is a chance to take the lead, so you've got to draw up a play to make it happen.
And here are the Thunder now. Hartenstein with the screen on Edwards. Fade away. That misses off the backboard. And an intentional foul right there.
Honestly, just doing what they have to in order to get the basketball back.
Second team foul. Shooting for Minnesota. Rudy Gobert. Taking 2 shots.
It's the first, and that will put them up by 2. And so he drops them both. It's a 3-point game.
That last free throw was a huge, huge shot. The difference between a 2- and a 3-point lead at this stage is major.
And they need to stop the clock, so there's a foul.
For the Timberwolves. And 2 shots.
He hits the first one, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 5-point game.
You've got to figure those are the free throws that officially put this game out of reach.
Well, the versatility he possesses makes him a very tough cover, guys.
And we've got a timeout called from Chris Finch. The magnitude at this juncture in the game clearly warranting a timeout. And so they choose to intentionally foul.
You have to foul, but I'm sure they would have liked to foul someone different.
So the first one drops, and that makes it a 3-point lead. So he gets them both, and it's a 4-point ball game. So it's Minnesota taking the W in a closer. Greg, maybe it's overstating it, but I think this was a game they had to have.
And I don't think it's overstating it. I agree with you. I mean, going down 2-0 would have given this team a huge hill to climb. But now at 1 game apiece and with some momentum, this is anybody's series.
That concludes this broadcast of the Western Conference Finals. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, and the rest of our terrific crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. And now we present the player of the game, Rudy Gobert.
Well, it's fair to say we can expect a bruising battle between these two.
Yeah, these are 2 teams that dare you to bring the ball at them. They both feast on the defensive side, so don't expect any scoring records broken in this one.
Pass to Holmgren. Double team on Gilgeous-Alexander. Hartenstein with a screen on McDaniels. Here's Williams. Holmgren with it. Shot clock at 5. Releases. And that one's good. Gilgeous-Alexander.
This team looks to him to score the ball. They feel good when he's taking the shots.
Outside McDaniels. Back to Conley. Oh, deflected. Good work defensively by Gilgeous-Alexander. In transition. It's rebounded by Anthony Edwards. Randall outside. Rejected by Holmgren.
Wow, I mean, the 7'6" wingspan coming in handy. Holmgren loves swatting away shots just like this.
A remarkable defensive play. The replay showing once again the tenacity on that end.
Yeah, this is the elevated energy level you expect in the postseason. Chasing down blocks and making an impact.
Randall outside. And a nice finish on the layup.
Well, for a bigger guy, Randall really has some tricky handle, and he'll throw off the defense.
And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
A bit ago, Mark Dagnall and I were able to chat. He knows it'll be tough to score in the paint tonight. Gobert locks down the lane as well as anyone. He blocks shots, and then when you count up the numbers of shots he alters, you get a full picture of his dominance at the defensive end. Guys?
Allie, thank you.
A shot that Williams continues to work on. You love seeing these type of results.
Conley passes to Randall. And it's all from three-point range. For Oklahoma City, they've gone 2 of 3 from the floor. And something that makes SGA so dangerous on offense is elite drive and kickability.
Yeah, you have to load towards him when he comes off a high pick. He just draws so much attention and can find another cutter or spot-up shooter. He has so much gravity to his game.
And the fans love seeing incredible moments on defense like that block.
Oh, you could feel the playoff intensity in that block. He's playing some extra aggressive defense out there.
First quarter, just about 2 minutes in. Good on the bucket. And here's Conley. Outside Edwards. To the inside. From down low. Tried to bank it in, but it misses. The Thunder have gone 3 of 5 here in the opening quarter. Pass to Holmgren. There's the triple. Oh, can't get it. Misses his first attempt. The Timberwolves have gone 1 of 5 to start things off. Here's Randall. That one's good. And it's Conley who picks up the assist.
Yeah, Randall does a good job. His frame alone helps to create some space. Just with a little pivot there, able to find a way to score.
From 13, Gilgeous-Alexander, good. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 6.
I love this approach. Getting him involved early, and it's already paying off.
Well, he's going to just keep going now. That's early confidence for him.
And Chris Finch has called timeout. We might see him looking to make some tweaks to the strategy here. So Oklahoma City going with almost an entire new group here. Williams is checked in for Hartenstein. Wiggins comes in for Chet Holmgren. Wallace, he's checked in for Dort. And it's Alex Caruso in for Gilgeous-Alexander. And a new group getting ready for the Timberwolves. Reed's checked in for Gobert. Clark comes in for McDaniels. Alexander Walker, he's checked in for Edwards. And it's DiVincenzo in for Conley. About 3 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Pass to Alexander Walker. Reed sets a screen. Randall outside. Just 5 on the clock. And he got the whistle on the way up. So he'll be headed to the line for a pair. It goes on Aaron Wiggins.
Randall, tough guy to guard here as he uses that frame to earn another trip to the free throw line.
2 shots.
Ocho drops for Randall. Second free throw, no good. A chance at a 2-for-1.
You have to find ways to use the clock to your advantage.
Wallace misses.
We'll have a hard time shaking that one off. Perfect position, plenty of space. Just trying to
Reed, good.
Oh, that's awareness there from Randall. He keeps an eye out for his open teammate.
And it's Caruso with the ball for the Thunder. 8-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. Williams is screen on DiVincenzo. Pass to Wallace. And he converts the layup.
The defensive effort was lacking a bit, but hey, give him credit for finding a weakness there.
Just really smart basketball and exploiting whatever holes that he's seeing right now in the defensive squad.
Here's Randall. The Thunder with the rebound. Wallace outside. This one for three. Drains the triple. Wallace has got 5 now. And so it's the Oklahoma City Thunder closing out the quarter with a 7-point lead. Their defensive efforts have paid off, effectively shutting down the opposing offense. We'll be right back after this word. Glad to have you with us as we return to the action here in the Western Conference Finals. And what do you guys think about the Thunder here in this one?
Well, you have to credit their effort on the defensive end. It set the tone for this contest.
Yeah, defense has been infectious here as everybody stepping up aggressively on that end.
Well, Brent, there's some players who never stop talking trash on the court. Was that distracting to you?
Not really, BA. That's kind of the fun part of the game when somebody's trying to get under your skin a little bit. If it's not just playing defense and it comes with a little chit-chat, that sometimes draws your attention and makes you focus a little bit more.
Shooting the three with confidence. That's exactly what this team needs from Edwards.
Gilgeous-Alexander, and he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up.
I like that. I mean, some physical play inside. He's not about to give up any easy baskets.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
Taking 2 shots.
And he drops him first.
In that 2018 draft, you think about those names, Doncic, Jaren Jackson Jr., and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Boy, that's a lot to begin with.
Minot's checked in for Miller. And so he hits both.
Well, when he gets into a groove at the free throw line, it doesn't just last for tonight. This might be 2 weeks, 2 months, something like that.
Here's Edwards. Edwards muscles it inside. Wow.
Yeah, you got to bring more muscle if you want to stop Edwards from scoring. He's gifted at converting through contact.
DiVincenzo against Gilgeous-Alexander. The floater, the basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. One free throw coming his way.
The floater can be a tricky shot, but that's the right choice.
This will be his 3rd free throw attempt of the game. Oklahoma City making a switch here. Jang's checked in. The Timberwolves also with a sub. Garza's checked in for Minot.
At the line for 1, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
That free throw good from Gilgeous-Alexander. And Minnesota has possession. 7-point differential. It's Edwards on the wing. Watched by Wallace. Pass to DiVincenzo. Outside Edwards. 5 to shoot. And another basket for Minnesota. So it's Oklahoma City now. Wallace outside. And here's Gilgeous-Alexander. They get it back. Comes up empty down low. Timberwolves trail by 5. Alexander Walker, the pass to Edwards. DiVincenzo against Caruso. Pass to Garza. Back to DiVincenzo. Over Caruso. DiVincenzo can't hit.
Maybe not the best shot against that kind of defense, but he still has the ability to knock that kind of shot down.
For Minnesota, they've got 3 or 4 field goals in the second quarter. Here's Garza. The Thunder with the rebound. 1:43 left in the second quarter. Outside Gilgeous-Alexander. Caruso outside. From deep. Hauled in by DiVincenzo. Timberwolves trail by 5. Outside Edwards. For 3. His first miss. 3 for 4 in this contest now. Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Wallace. Wiggins with a screen on Edwards. To the middle. Oh, a great 1-2 punch. Beautiful pass and a nasty jam.
Oh, not the defensive effort they need to cut into the lead.
Boy, good call. You have to at least try to protect the rim.
Good job to recognize the opportunity. That's just very solid offense.
Edwards on target.
That's one of the best three-point shooters. And you got to try to scramble the Jets right here and get that guy off the sweet spot.
Outside Gilgeous-Alexander. There's a screen by Jang. Puts up a 3. Great touch from deep. Gilgeous-Alexander.
Revenge. Alexander coming right back for 3 of his own.
Pass to Garza. Inside. Here's Reed. Yes, it's good.
Good passing in the paint, maybe even more important to an offense than great passing on the perimeter. Those are areas where you got to be careful.
Caruso outside. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Oh, and the release was before the buzzer, but it's off target. What a performance for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. He has been the story for the Thunder. 8 points in the quarter, showing how effective he can be. Time for a quick break, then back to the action.
Welcome in, everybody. Game 2, and it's looking pretty good right now for the Oklahoma City Thunder.
Well, they've got this crowd on the edge of their seats. It's been one heck of a game. And if they continue to play well, they're going to take control of this series.
Wouldn't that be a nice treat for these fans? And looking at where the Thunder stand in the series, they were able to hold serve in Game 1, but they'll need that same effort to make the most of their home court edge.
Yeah, don't get comfortable. It's only one game, and it was a game that they were supposed to win.
Yeah, but you got a great chance to take a commanding lead in this series, Shaq. You could go up 2-0, and I don't see them losing the series.
Some big expectations on this game, too. And that is going to do it for us. Let's get back to some second half action with Brian Anderson and company.
And let's get you back to the action as game 2 is getting underway. You know, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has been exceptional here, guys.
Can they come up with an answer for him coming out of the half? They have to change something defensively.
Yeah, just way too easy out there, and I'm sure coach is going to make that a priority at halftime.
Here's Conley. No points so far. Randall outside. Back to Conley. Here's McDaniels. Hartenstein pulls it in. Oklahoma City leading by 5. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Oh, the determination from Gilgeous-Alexander.
And we're all too familiar with these kind of outbursts from SGA.
Pass to Randall. Now Gobert. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws. He's got his first free throws of the night right here.
First team foul. At the line for the Timberwolves, Rudy Gobert taking 2 shots.
The first free throw is good. And so Gobert nails both of them. And so it's Williams with it. He brings it up for the Thunder. Leading by 5. Dort to screen on McDaniels. Williams from long range. Rebounded by the Timberwolves.
And you just can't afford to give up that kind of look very often.
It's Edwards on the wing. Anthony Edwards takes the contact.
And certain nights, Edwards just goes off. Very tough to stop when he's in the zone.
Pass to Holmgren. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. Hartenstein with a screen on Conley. Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Hartenstein. That one goes. Count it. Hartenstein's got his first 2 points of the night.
Gilgeous-Alexander's nothing if not a creator. Make that pass in his sleep.
Now here's Gobert. And there's a whistle. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. It's on Isaiah Hartenstein.
Well, that was clearly a foul.
Minnesota shooting their 5th and 6th free throw attempts tonight.
Rudy Gobert, 2 shots.
First one falls. Caruso, he's checked in for Holmgren. DiVincenzo, he's checked in for the Timberwolves. And so Gobert nails both of them. Oklahoma City leading by 3. Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Caruso. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. Double team on Gilgeous-Alexander. Pass to Williams. Down to 5 on the shot clock. A deep 3. Rudy Gobert with a rebound. Timberwolves trail by 3. We've got 1:48 left to play in the 3rd quarter of basketball. Randall, pass to Edwards. Shoots over Caruso, and that one's long. Oklahoma City has gone 0 for 2 from outside here in the 3rd. Outside Gilgeous-Alexander. Pass to Williams. Shoots over Randall. And Williams gets the bucket on the assist by Gilgeous-Alexander.
Well, you got to be able to shoot fast in the league. So it's nice to see Williams doesn't need a lot of setup time.
Edwards on the move. Williams grabs the board. Thunder leading by 5. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And 1:01 left in the third. Out of bounds, it'll go to the Timberwolves. And Chris Finch has called timeout. He's going to talk it over with his guys. You have to like what we're seeing from Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
They got to be using this timeout to think about a personnel change.